welcome to Ascension. I am Nicole Elena, and as promised, this is the first series of Downtime, the upside of being down and alone. Let's just jump right into it. I'm so excited to bring this to you, and this is something that I've been wanting to do for such a very, very long time. And I'm excited that a lot of you have taken a moment of your time in your life to listen. What this series is all about is, what do you do when you're down and alone? And that being down and alone, there's an upside to it. There's always an upside to it. Let's first define downtime, okay? Now, downtime is those moments in your life when you have unspeakable despair. Finances, personal life, emotional, spiritual, physical. We have all experienced some sort of downtime. I, for one, have probably been through them all. So what I'd like to discuss is types of downtimes that you have. Let's start with that. And let's go through each one to get a clear understanding. And this is not going to focus on so much as the problem. What we're going to focus on is the solution to your problem. During a downtime, most people are very emotional. You don't really know what to do, how to do it, which way to turn. You're overwhelmed. You feel anxious. You feel anxiety. You get depressed. And you're so focused on the problem, as some would say, the storm, that you don't know where to go, what to do. You can't focus on anything else. Anything else is unspeakable at the moment because you're just out of it. You're gone. Let's first talk about financial. Financial worry can bring a lot on you. And usually you're experiencing some sort of financial difficulty because of a number of different things. Maybe you lost your job, maybe you have so many bills and you just can't keep up with them all. Usually those times, the financial can affect so many different things, but those are the times when you're just kind of like, okay, if you don't have enough money coming in, what do? What's the next move? Well, the first thing you have to do is remove the emotion. Remove the fact that, and that's a tough thing to do. It's really hard to say, okay, I'm not going to get emotional. But for each one of these topics, for emotional, even spiritual, for each one of them, you have to train your mind to not be so emotional. Emotions cause us to just go over the top of things and we lose it. You lose focus. You have to train your mind to not be so emotional. Now, let's look at financial from this perspective. Let's sit back and think about what got us into this situation. Were you spending more money than you should have been spending? Are you making wise decisions financially? Should you really have purchased that vehicle? Are you making decisions that are just instantaneous and you're not really thinking those? I know I have. I am the first one to tell you that I have made very fast decisions without thinking them all the way through. I've made that mistake before. Having the big eye, wanting to have the lavish car, and it ends up hurting you. It not only hurts you, it hurts your family as well. So the solution is, what's the alternative? What are my options? You lost your job, and we'll go back to that. Just give me a few minutes on that. We'll go back to that. You lost your job. Now, whether it was your fault or it was some changes, corporate changes that were unexpected, those things happen. The next step is, what do I do? Again, don't focus on the problem. Focus on the solution. What can I do? When making these decisions, write down, make a plan it out, and see how it affects everything in your household. That's just an idea. Let's go back to talking about losing your job. Job loss, it happens. And during the time of this global pandemic, it's so monotonous, you don't know what to do. I get it, I understand. But just know that if you've lost your job, there are ways to have income. But that is up to you. It's not all said and done. Begin to look at your options. Contact your creditors and let them know what's going on. It's time to be realistic. It's not time to give up. It's time to be realistic. A way is always there. Every situation is not a curse against you. The universe is responding to your energy. There was a time in my life when things were happening to me right behind each other, and I was like, what in the world? What's going on? But I had to look inside myself. I had to look at me. And I am imploring you to look at you. And first say, what can I do to change what is happening around me? Could I have done something different? And sometimes things happen, a lot of times, things happen as a lesson to you. It's teaching you something. You have to learn that everything that happens to you is for you to get something out of it. When you stop looking at everything as a curse and you start looking at it as a lesson, then you will begin to grow. Then you will begin to see change, and things will happen more positively in your life. Thank you so much. Come back and see me. Namaste. Have a great day. Love you all.